Everybody wants to learn about block destruction. Everybody wants to learn about being able to go ahead, snap their hips, be able to use their hands, be able to burn their eyes through their key. So that's what we're here to do, all right? Right now we've got Coach DEEBO'S D-Line Keys to Victory, and we're talking about the overall teaching of block destruction, part 2, okay? Let's get in a little bit to what we're talking about in this portion, all right? And that's going to be the wipers, okay? When we talk about, okay, the wiper portion of this deal, all right, we want to talk about seeing down, around, and through our gap, but also taking that offensive lineman, putting his body in the opposite gap, and for us to be able to see exactly where our run fit and gap fit dictates us to be. All right. So in the first portion, we talked about the separation. That's the violent strike of being able to come through my hips, my hands, my eyes, get my feet in the ground, live in knockback, and be able to play on the offensive lineman's side of the ball. OK, with the wiper portion, we want to be able to dictate daylight, show exactly where our eyes need to be. All right. And be able to help our guys out on the back end by being in the right place at the right time. So this wiper portion is extremely important, all right, to being able to be successful in our run fit, okay? So we have the separation. We're already there. We're living in it. And I love 93 because he's so explosive, all right? He gets those 2 feet in the ground, all right? He's able to go ahead and knock this offensive lineman back, live on that side of the ball, okay? And watching him kind of go through this deal, you can see, right, as he goes ahead and he hits this pad, we're telling him to go ahead and break it. What we're focusing on right here is, boom, the violent snap of seeing down, around, and through our gap. As we violently snap, we see down, around, and through our gap. That allows us to be able to dictate daylight to the linebackers on the back end. When we dictate daylight, their lives are better. They're able to go ahead and scrape. They're able to go ahead and feel. They're able to go ahead and play linebacker like they're supposed to be able to. Okay? So as we go ahead and we work this, all right, we want to make sure we have violent hands. We're taking control of the offensive lineman. We want to make sure we're putting ourselves in the best predicament possible, okay, to be able to control them, put ourselves in our gap, all right, run and accelerate our feet, be able to disengage, and then be able to go ahead and make a play. Everything we do is in a disruptive, in a violent manner, all right? So a key coaching point to when we talk about this wiper portion, we want to be able to take that body, we want to be able to shove it in that opposite gap, and then we want to be able to take our chin and put it right on our bicep, okay? Everybody's always looking over here. There's nothing over there. Everything that you need to see is going to be able to be from our chin to our bicep directly in the gap that we're supposed to be in. All right? When we go from primary to secondary, you can go from one bicep to the opposite bicep and being able to show from the A gap to the B gap, from the C gap to the D gap, okay, exactly where your eyes need to be. The helpful portion for the guys on the back end is when they see that hat in the gap, it shows them that that responsibility is taken care of, okay? Oftentimes, a lot of guys on defense put themselves in a spot or a predicament where they're trying to do somebody else's job. We don't want that. We want every man on the field to be trustworthy of the guys behind them and in front of them to be able to do the job that they're assigned to be able to do. This technique will help us to be able to show, all right, I'm the man for the job. I'm the guy that's able to go ahead and handle this business in a specific way, okay? So as we go ahead and we watch this right here, we can see 93 put his hat in his gap right away, all right, after he creates that separation and extension. He gets bumped on his hip, but as soon as he gets bumped on his hip, he goes ahead and he replaces himself in that off gap, okay? And he's going to, boom, throw himself into that gap, run his feet, and he's able to make that play, all right? When you're working with interior defensive linemen, when you're working with exterior defensive linemen, okay, you create that separation aspect, you put your hat in that gap, always have a tackling portion of the play to be able to kind of help you in your drill work and let it resonate and let it translate to our on-the-field movement, okay? This is a heck of a job in 93, just being able to throw back into this gap, being able to run his feet. It helps 6 be able to see exactly where he needs to be because now we're dictating daylight. And when he throws back off of this bump and he runs his feet, it shows everybody else on the back end that he's trustworthy in being able to do exactly what he needs to be able to do. Okay, so in that portion right there, we can see that 93 puts himself in the best predicament possible by seeing down, around, and through his gap. And in this pause picture, you're able to kind of see him right here, snap his eyes into it. And when he sees the ball declare, he can run his feet. A lot of young guys get sticky, okay? They get sticky and they get tight. When they get sticky and they get tight to the offensive lineman and they attempt to go ahead and peek right away, all right? They get driven out of their gap, okay? And they get ran into somebody else's, all right? That's what offensive linemen want. They want you to get washed. They want you to get pushed by, okay? But through creating that separation in that first phase, through being able to see the wiper portion on the second phase, and then when we get into the third phase, we'll talk about the clear a little bit more, okay? You can kind of see, right, what it means and how much it matters to be able to see down, around, and through your gap, okay, as you're teaching these specific run fits and gap responsibilities to your interior and your exterior defensive linemen, all right? So let's go through this thing again right here, all right? He gets the combo block. He's going to strike. He's going to see down, around, and through his gap after the bump goes ahead and it releases, okay? He's going to throw back into zone flow. We're telling this guy right here, if you get the bump, that's exactly where the ball's going to go. He throws back in. He accelerates his feet. He thrusts his hips. He double uppercuts, and he gets this daggone ball on the ground. This is a heck of a job, okay, by number 93 in being able to make that play, being able to go ahead and get the ball on the ground in a crucial situation, and being able to show up for his brothers, his teammates, and the entire Gopher Nation. So we appreciate you. Remember, phase 1 is the separation. Phase 2 is the wiper.